Hello, welcome to Love 52. I'm Paul, if we haven't met. If this is your first time, I always say I encourage you. You don't have to, but I encourage you. Check out the first couple of videos. November 8th was the first one, and it was Loving Week 1. I encourage you to check it out, and maybe 1, 2, and 3, because then you'll get the foundation. You'll understand where we are today and how we got here. So please check them out. And if you want, go on Instagram if you do that, and I'm on there with PBJ_love_52. So I'd like to hear from you and follow and do all those things, Instagram stuff that I'm learning. So the rest of you, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Look, I know there's the pandemic and we couldn't do all the things we wanted to do, or maybe even what your traditions are. Maybe you had to skip some of those. But look, if we initiate our days, if we initiate our making of new memories with love, it's possible they'll be amazing memories. They'll be positive. They'll be enjoyable and pleasant. If we initiate with love, it's just going to be. So I hope you did. I hope so. I've enjoyed hearing from some of you about how you're loving yourself, how you're loving others too, but loving yourself. It's about loving authentically. If I cannot love myself authentically, I can love others authentically. And that's what this is about. We're spreading love. The first week we talked about how we have complicated love. But the good news is since we did the complicating, we can uncomplicate it. We talked about how loving can be simple, as simple as making a PB&J. I heard my friend, he sent me a text, it was personal about something else, and then he said, I made myself a PB&J and it looks more like turkey. And I'm just glad people are spreading love and loving themselves, and to understand the simple concepts, the simple formulas and ideas, and if we're just doing it. So it's great to hear. And I've heard other people loving too. So that's what we're spreading. We learned about ITEA, interest, time, energy, and attention. We learned that, in my observing and evaluating love, trying to better understand it, these 3 categories of psychological, emotional needs were unintentionally created, developed. That's where ITEA came from. And we need to be given interest, time, energy, and attention. And we find out that's what love looks like. I didn't mean to break love into 3 categories, but I'm kind of glad that I did, because it helps simplify and make it easier for me. Last week we talked about, what does it mean to feel loved? We feel important, significant, valuable, appreciated, a priority, blah, 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 right? Whatever words are synonymous. When people authentically love us, or when we authentically love ourselves, we feel important, significant, valuable, all those other things. And that's what love feels like. And we need to feel those things. Look, I decided that it's rather dichotomous. We either feel important or unimportant. We feel significant or not, wanted or not. It's just one or the other. Unless you're in an unhealthy relationship, and that's a different issue that you might want to talk to someone about. But we typically feel one or the other. And if we're dependent on other people to give us ITEA in order to feel that, it is an emotional roller coaster, right? Up and down. I think we've all been on that emotional roller coaster where we've depended on other people to give us those feelings. That's why I want us to give it to ourselves, be the primary source of ITEA, because then it's not an emotional roller coaster. We can receive love better because we're not dependent on other people. So that's why we're starting with ourselves, loving ourselves. So today, we're leading into the 3rd category of psychological, emotional needs, according to me, Paul. Now, if this is not your first time, you've heard this many times. You've heard it every time. And you could even say it with me. You do not have to agree with me. I do not have to be right. These are just my concepts, formulas, things that I've developed that has helped me. It's simplify love and has made it, life-changing. You've heard me say that too. And that's why I want to share this with you. Look, I said it day one. One of the reasons I'm doing this is because the majority of people in the world are not going to go see someone like me, a therapist. I don't like labels. Most people are not going to go talk to somebody like me. Most people are not going to go have a place where they can learn more about love and talk about the things that has complicated love for them. And so I want to give this to you. And you can spread it to people who you think need it. And so you don't have to go to a therapist's office to get information, in my opinion. So, third category. I title it Love Known. It's not a very catchy title. And by itself, it's like Love Known. Doesn't make sense. That's just a title. Love Known. What I'm saying is that we need to know, or really, more importantly, believe that we're loved. What does that mean? Well, it means that we believe that we are significant, valuable, important, blah, blah, blah. It's one thing to feel it, but we need to believe it. We need to know it to be true. It's kind of our self-confidence. It's the foundation of self-confidence, is what we think of ourselves and feel of ourselves. And that's important, significant, valuable. And look, again, if I'm dependent on other people to give that to me, emotional roller coaster, and my self-confidence will fluctuate. And this here is also where we complicate love again. Because I'm guessing people have loved you. And there have been times where you thought you didn't deserve it. I bet there have been times when people wanted to give you a gift or give you interest, time, energy, and attention. I bet. And you probably didn't feel like you were worth it. And so what we tend to do is minimize the love that's being given to us because of the fluctuation of our self-confidence. So the importance of loving ourselves authentically is so that self-confidence can be consistent. And therefore, when people love us, we don't minimize it. Because it's also important. See, if you have times where you feel like you're not worth it or you don't deserve it, there's going to be times that you withhold it because other people haven't met your expectations either. If we authentically love ourselves, we can authentically love others. Last week, I kind of gave you category 2 and 3 together. We talked about what it feels like when people give us interest, time, energy, and attention, right? Significant, valuable, blah, blah, blah. And I wanted you to give yourself that. And one thing I said was, this week, when you're giving yourself idea, when you're loving yourself, I want you to do it with this in mind. The fact that you are important to you. I was kind of planting the seed of healthy self-confidence. I wanted you to give yourself interest, time, energy, and attention because you are significant in all of those things so that you can feel significant, valuable, and blah, blah, blah. If I love myself, if I identify that I'm important to me, and therefore I'm going to invest idea, well, then I'm going to feel it. They all go together. What love looks like, what love feels like, and the belief of it, the knowledge of it, the cognizant aspect of it. It all goes together. They nurture each other. They build each other. So, what are you going to do this week? How are you going to invest idea in you? Because you are important, significant, valuable, etc., to you. I said it last week, I'll say it again. Yes, we are all that to other people too. But look, we're going to receive love from others if we love ourselves first. If we are authentically investing in us first, when others love us, there won't be the minimizing. There won't be the, oh, I don't deserve it. We'll just appreciate it. Look, love is not something that is deserved. It's not a reward. Sometimes we turn it into that. You know, that's another way we complicate love, right? We turn it into a reward system. Love's not a reward. Not authentic love. And so, what are you going to do this week? You know, I've been jogging, and every time, I even talked with my wife about it, that it's about investing interest, time, energy, and attention in me. Because I'm loving myself. I'm important to me. We had this conversation, my wife and I, just the other day. I was going jogging. My knee was a little sore. My hip was a little sore. And I'm like, but I'm going to do it because I'm investing in me. And we had that conversation. I talked to my friend. You know, he told me about, he made his PBJ, but it looked like turkey right after Thanksgiving. You know, he's loving himself. I've been talking to siblings. I've been hearing from, I talked to my niece. I've been talking to friends. Look, what are you going to do? How are you going to love yourself this week? You could do art. If you saw my little video on Instagram, that was a simple art thing I did. I was at an arts and craft place getting something that we needed at the house. I got a canvas that was on sale and 2 paints to go with what I already had at home. Filled up a cup, poured it on the canvas, boom. It's that simple. And in the moment, I was loving me. What are you gonna do? I fixed a dinner for my wife and I. You know, with good cheeses, it was delicious. The whole time I'm just thinking about her and me. It's simple. Loving is simple. What are you gonna do? Look, I wanna hear from you. If you know, for personal friends and family, please text me. Let me know. Or send me a picture of what you've done. Or put it on Instagram. Look, if we're following each other, or you're following me, or maybe I'm not following you yet because I'm figuring these things out still, put it on Instagram. Simply loving. Anything like that. I'm gonna put some more up there this week. I don't know what I'm gonna put up there yet. But I know I'm gonna be creative because that's one thing I like to do. What do you like to do? We're loving, we're spreading love. And so we're just going to continue doing this. You'll hear from me in the middle of the week. Hopefully you're subscribing because then you can get those in the middle of the week. And we're just going to continue to do this every day if you want. It's Love 52, so it's loving once a week. We can do it daily. Talk to you later.